y'all's advertisements where it's a tub that pays for itself. I'm convinced just watching my bunch of cattle, I can't prove it on paper, but I think they're making me money. My name is James Pawlik in George, West Texas. I've been in the cattle business big time the last 10 years. Most of these cattle are half bar Monza and half just crossbred cattle. So I got all different kind of colors. Basically, I'm in the business of selling pounds of beef. I got over 650 mama cows, and I keep Riomax nutrition out for every animal I own 12 months a year with salt. Took my man about 2 years to convince me to try them. And now that's all I got, and that's all I'll ever feed. We fed minerals. We'd buy 6 to 8 tons at a time and have to put it out multiple times during a month, because if you put too much out, you have waste and whatnot. We don't have to do that anymore. So our time savings has been great. I had another tub, and I was happy with what they were, but I think he's doing a much better job for me. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a hell of a lot less per tub, but I did a cost comparison, and I figured my cattle, we think we don't keep that good of records, but I think we're within 1/8 and 1/4 of a pound a day per animal. And I figured based a 1/4 pound of Riomax, that's no minerals. And my cost at that time was about a nickel a head a day less with the Riomax, and a hell of a lot better results. Typically, they will lay down earlier and they will get up later in the afternoon. I do not have much shade for my cattle, because I want my cattle out there spreading their manure over the pasture instead of under a shade tree. And we get hot. This last summer, we had multiple days over 110 degrees and a few over 115. We're sporadic on rain. We'll have good green grass, and then we'll have a hell of a lot of dry grass. And one of the big things that I think helps us is a fungus that helps digest the lignin, because most of our grasses, after they get up and get mature, they have a lot of lignin in them. I think we're pulling out more nutrition out of that feed. Last fall, we had a bunch of cattle over at another place. We had a lot of tall grass, and we haven't fed those cattle a drop of hay. And my foreman had them on half of the ranch and said we need to start putting out hay. And I went and looked, and I said, no, I'll put them on that other side. There's a lot of dry grass. They got to walk about 1.25 miles to get to the dry grass. And I said, take the tubs and quit putting them by the water. Put them out there on the edge of the field and make them come to the tubs, and they'll eat the grass, and they've done well. I can't prove this, but I think we're getting more calves on the ground. Our conception rate has always been fairly good if you look at just the numbers at the end of the year. But what I'm hoping, and I think this is doing for me, is we're getting our cattle bred back quicker after they have a calf. And we try to get them bred in that first 1 or 2 cycles after they have a calf, and it seems to be working pretty well. Everything I market, I put them in a preconditioned pen at my ranch in George, West Texas, from 30 to 45 days, and feed them a preconditioned. It's just 12% protein feed. We put biomass in it. We have no sickness. And when I say no sickness, at the last 5 years we've been doing that, we have not doctored a calf, and we'll run anywhere between 400 and 500 heads through that preconditioned pen a year. I think we've increased our weaning weights at least 50 pounds. And that's variable in South Texas, depending on how kind of rain you got and whatnot. But I think we're getting anywhere from 30 to 50 pound heavier calves. We weaned 100 head off of another group of cattle I had when they came in off the cow, 625 pounds weighed in after traveling 30 miles on the road. Y'all's advertisements were it's a tub that pays for itself. I'm convinced just watching my bunch of cattle, I can't prove it on paper, but I think they're making me money.